I'm speaking today about what I call count the legs on the spider. Count the legs on the spider, the power of information. Now you see, first of all, I want to appreciate the grace of God upon the set man in this place. Please, can you celebrate him? If you are not clapping, you are suspect. I will suspect you. May God bless you, sir. Now, about 350 BC, a very notorious philosopher called Aristotle said that spiders had 6 legs. And everybody believed it. For about 2,000 years, nobody actually took a spider and counted his legs. It took a biologist, a French biologist called Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck, after 2,000 years, decided to actually get a spider and count his legs, and found out that the legs were not 6 but 8. But for about 2,000 years, you can imagine, people believed it was in all textbooks then as it were, that spiders had 6 legs. It only took a man who could count the legs of the spider to get the information that proved wrong a dogma that held sway. Is this not the same thing we experience as Christians? That there are several information that we have accessed from the time we were born, grew up with, through experiences, through even parents, that are not necessarily true, but we have believed without first trying to count the legs of the spider. Now, we live in an age where what is said is not important, but who said it. If I said the truth, some people might not take it because they will ask, who are you? But if someone who they knew, maybe a celebrity, someone who's all over the world says it, even though it is wrong, I bet you that some people will believe. This describes Christianity today. Because as Christians, we are not even reading the Bible enough. We've been trusting just in others to read and interpret for us. In your field, you may have been living all your life only expecting others to interpret the truth of, let's say, to define what is truth in that sector. I found out that people rarely suffer from what they know. We mostly suffer from what we don't know. And that's why Jesus said, God said that my people perish because of witches and wizards. Oh, okay, you caught me right there. My people perish for what? Lack of knowledge. Now, what you have been going through, you may still be battling with because you lack information about its cause and solution. You know, when I started studying the Bible, I didn't start studying the Bible because maybe I wanted to be astute or eloquent. I didn't study the Bible because maybe I wanted to justify some kind of ecclesiastical persuasions, or maybe try to get a crown in whatever, what they call it, you know, episcopal, whatever, you know. I started studying the Bible because I was drowning. And I needed to find truth for myself. And then, when God introduces himself to you, it is your responsibility to get to know him better. But information, that's where I'm going, it's your responsibility. Information is your responsibility. The information you need for your life to move forward is your responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Spiritually, to grow is your responsibility.
Yes, sir.
What I find is that many people pass the ball to God and expect that because you just got born again, everything just, whoa. It is your responsibility. When you encounter God like the woman that encountered him at the well, and then he told her everything, and then she said, come and meet the person who told me all about me. And then it's like God comes to you, explains himself to you, introduces himself to you, draws you closer to himself, and then it's your responsibility to chase after him. Now, this same principle holds sway in every area of life. Pastor has talked about information. Like, information when it comes is data. And data is processed before an output comes out. Please follow me closely today. Now, even the data that have been processed comes out also as an information. Now, the question is, where is the source of information? Now, from everywhere you can get information, I categorize them into two. The physical realm and the spiritual realm. Now, every information you can get in the rational space, we can classify in the physical realm. And this information you may need for your business, information for your academics, for your career, anything at all that you're engaged in. The next type of information is spiritual information. That includes revelation. Now, Pastor talked a lot last week about information itself, especially in the physical realm. Now, information in the spiritual realm includes revelation, but I dare to say to you that revelation is superior to fact. Now, you missed me. Let me face Pastor on this side. Revelation, sir, is superior to fact. But guess what? Some people will now be like, revelation. You can't get revelation without knowing a fact. They missed me again. You can't have access to revelation about a thing that you don't have is fact. What that means is that you must first search for the information, get the facts, then revelation that can come that you don't know about. For instance, when you study the Bible, the first kind of knowledge you can get about the Bible is what they call the logos. Generally, study, understanding the rational sense. This and this, that and that, the story this person went, this normal sense that it can make. Now, it is while you are staying in the logos, and then the Holy Spirit breathes upon it, it becomes Rhema. Now, what that means is that for whatever information you need to get, it doesn't drop from the moon. Revelation about it can only come when God sees the effort you have made in acquiring the facts. I don't know who needs this. But how can you receive information? Matthew 7 verse 7 is so powerful. Pastor wrote a book about the power, the law of receiving. Now, in Matthew 7:7, I find the description of the law of receiving. Christ made it clear. He said, ask, and you shall what? It shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Then knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh, receiveth. And he that seeketh, findeth, and to him that knocketh, it shall be what? Open. It shall be open. Now, ask. seek, knock. These are 3 levels of receiving. There are things you can ask for and receive. There are things you can only seek for. You can't ask for it. Okay, I'll make that clear. The Bible says, he who asketh for a wife finds favor. Oh no, they are not following me. The Bible said, he who asketh for a wife findeth. He has to seek. You have to seek for a wife, not ask. Oh, you didn't get me. You have to seek. You have to seek. Because he said, he who seeks will find. So that's the law. So many people have been asking for what they should be seeking for. That's another level. You can just ask a thing and just get it. But if you have to search, you have to move. You have to pray, you have to fast. You know, you don't just arrive. You don't just happen to a lady come in front of her and say, God told me to marry you. And then she follows you to Pastor G. Pastor. It's done. You know, I've had in recent time, I had to cancel some people. The young man was coming to me for counseling, and the young lady the same, independently, they didn't know. So he was telling me that he wanted to marry that lady. I said, okay. The sister too told me the same thing. That one man said, oh, so I now pleased that this person and this person. I just kept short. Then I asked the young man one day after he was just, and he said, sister said, calm down, allow me to pray, which was my counsel. You know, I tell singles, you are not soup that somebody is testing. A pussy soup, whether it's sweet, he tests with Vitalin. You are not soup. He rather knows what he has come to do or not. By the time this one, he tests, the other one, he tests, he will have diarrhea. Because by the time you are testing all type of soup together, there will be problem. You better choose one and eat. And then come to pastor and collect license and go and eat. Don't. He said, let's just see, let's just get together, we'll see what happens. See what happens. What's that? We know that you can't just rush and get mad, but at least there must be a definition. Now, where I'm going is that I asked the young man, have you prayed about this thing? He said, you are right to. You have not prayed. And the young lady told me that she said to him that God said to him, for one who said, maybe we should call EFCC on them. I said, what? He said, God said, and the same person is saying, have you prayed about it? He said, you have a point. You haven't even thought about praying about it. Where am I going? Seeking. You must seek. You don't ask for a wife or a husband. You don't, oh Lord, give me a wife. Give me a wife. Give me a wife. You must seek. You must pray to know. Now, the next level is knocking. There are some doors, sir, that can never open until you knock. You can't stand outside a bank and ask them to bring out dollars from their safe and give to you. What will happen, sir? He will be evacuated speedily into the prison. Knocking. Now, these are different levels as you see there. Knocking now including sending out those proposals, making the moves, increasing your pace of fasting and praying, launching out for that business with the information you have received. Now, at that stage, you are now you are knocking the doors before you can receive. Now, but the funny thing is that, sir, the level of information that you have for a solution determines the reward that you get. The level of problem you solve determines your payoff. If you have information for a small problem, that's what a small problem, your reward will be small. Look at it. Now, if the difficulty of the problem is higher, the payoff is higher. Now, this zone in the middle here is what they call the Medawa zone. That's where ideas like Facebook belong. That Pastor was sharing about last week, disrupting ideas that disrupt the space. So, in entrepreneurship, they say simply, find a problem and solve it. So, it's either you don't have enough information about the problem itself, or you haven't found enough information that brings solution to that problem. Find a problem and solve it. But I add one to it. You can write it at the back of your entrepreneurial textbook. If there's no problem, sir, create a problem and solve it. Like maybe one person caught me there. Sorry, sir. Was there any specific need immediately we had for Facebook? He created a problem for us and he solved it. Okay, some people say virus. No. What that simply means is that you need to stay in the place of receiving information that brings solution to that problem. Now, I prophesy, stand on the shoulders of my Father in the Lord, that from this place, groundbreaking global ideas that will disrupt the space and push the name of God to the stage. Now, someone here, receive it in the mighty name of Jesus. Information that is packaged or used for understanding or doing something is now what they call knowledge. That's what they now call know-how. When you have used the information you have to achieve something. But the problem here is that many people don't have the ability to recognize information that is meant for their breakthrough. From where we read in 1 Samuel, Ziklag had been burned down and all their wives and children had been taken. In fact, when David arrived Ziklag from Philistine and saw what happened, they wept. They wept and wept and wept until they had no strength to weep. And then, when they couldn't weep anymore, they turned around and looked at David and big stones. They were going to stone David to death, as if David was the problem. But the Bible said, but David encouraged himself in the Lord. Yes, and then he asked them, do I pursue, do I overtake? Will I overtake them and recover all? God said, go. He went. On their way, they ran into a boy. That boy was sick, lying down there for 3 days. We read it. He was sick. He couldn't, because his master abandoned him there to die. That this one, it will be a burden job. Just stay here. Let the birds of the air and vultures enjoy themselves with you. You just disturb us. And they left him there. But they ran into the boy. Many people, sir, will pass him. Yes. Yes. Many people pass over the information they need for their breakthrough. Yes, sir. It's flying around them. In fact, I make bold to say to you that the person sitting next to you, even in church here, may have the information you need for a breakthrough. Yes, sir. But lacking the power of recognition. They saw the boy. They brought him up. They gave him food. Who are you? I'm an Egyptian, this and that and that and that. We were the ones that came to Ziklag and burned it. Some people, king, idiot. You are the ones that came to burn those places.
But there was information that the boy had. Somebody say information. The boy had an information that would lead David to the breakthrough. Then he asked the boy, do you know, can you show me where they went? He said, please, I don't kill me, but I'll show you. He took them to where they were partying. And David slaughtered them. He recovered all. It took days for them to finish packing the things that they looted. Those guys. If not for that guy, sir, David would not have recovered all. Many foolish people will kill that boy. Some will not even look at him. Who are you? This one. What is it? We are talking of serious matter. We are talking of a serious matter. You are showing us somebody that wants to die. The power of recognition. But do you know why many people don't recognize information? Because it always comes like a seed.
Yes.
It doesn't always come like a harvest. Oh, they miss me, sir. It comes as a seed. Looks small, but great.
Yes.
But the ability to recognize that in here lies the solution to this problem. Sir, the solution to the healing of Naaman lied with the maid of his wife.
Yeah.
The information he needed was with the maid. Was with the maid. Information always comes as a seed. I just want to close your eyes and begin to pray. That Lord, remove every covering from my mind that is keeping me from discerning information that is meant for me. Remove anything from my life that is veiling my eyes from seeing information for my breakthrough. Pray and say, Father, open my eyes and my ears to see and hear rightly in the mighty name of Jesus. Now pray that, oh Lord, give me the grace to recognize useful information that will lead me to my breakthrough. Begin to pray, begin to pray, begin to pray. Pray that every evil scales covering your spiritual eyes and your ears begin to fall off. That the Holy Spirit now begins to remove any attitude, anything in your life that is hindering you from accessing information that you need. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Now, the next step now is, how do we apply information in different areas of our lives? The first key is understanding. If you have too much information that you don't understand, you will suffer from diarrhea of information. Diarrhea is when person cannot digest the food.
Yeah.
That's why gossips every time they are talking, because they don't even understand what they are talking about. They have too much information about everybody, so they have to have diarrhea. Their mouths have to be running. But information in Proverbs 18 verse 2, it says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. You must understand information first. And where does understanding come from? From God. It comes from God. I find something very powerful. A writer called John Locke says that reading furnishes the mind only with the materials of knowledge. But it is thinking that makes what we have read ours. Now, where am I going? Meditation. If you want to understand information, you have to meditate on it. Now, I'll show you something powerful. When Jesus was about to feed the 5,000 men, who can remind me the first command he gave to the disciples concerning the people that he wanted to feed? He said, make them sit down. Can you tell your neighbor, sit down? Sit down. Now, some people, their problem is to sit down. Sit down. Tell the other person, sit down. Sit down. Sitting down, there is power, sir, in sitting down. There is power in what? In sitting down. Sit down with that information and meditate. No wonder Jesus, God already gave us the key in Joshua 1:8. He said, this book of the law shall never depart from your mouth. Thou shalt meditate on it. How many times? Yeah. Meditation unleashes the power of information. Well. Now, information can never be yours until you have meditated on it. It is during meditation that revelation concerning that information comes. Many great men in the Bible, you read even Isaac. The Bible said when they came back, his wife said he was far away in the fields meditating, having his quiet time, meditating. Now, the next one that I'll quickly point out is the next key is manage information discreetly. This kind of information we are talking about that you receive, it's not the one you meet everybody. I have an idea. Hey, if you see what I want to do, some people say, don't tell people your achievements, show them. Show them. If you read Matthew 13 verse 44 to 46, there's a parable of a man who was hired to plow a field. When he got there, he was working on the field and he found a treasure buried underneath that the owner doesn't know about. So he covered it back. He went out, sold everything he had, and bought the land. Yes, sir. He did not keep his mouth shut. This is not insulting. Can you tell your neighbor? I love the Amplified. Is it the Amplified Message translation of Exodus 14:14? He said, "The Lord shall fight for you, and you will shut your mouth." Yes, he said you hold your peace, but that translation said, "And you will shut your mouth." It is not everybody that wants you to succeed. And the problem many people have had is that information that is meant for their progress have been shared within the ears of their enemies. Proverbs 23:9 says, "Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense of your words." Many people have had their dreams aborted simply because they shared it to the wrong people. If you must maximize the power of information, you must learn to keep your mouth shut. You must learn to manage information discreetly. Information must be managed discreetly. Now, finally, if you don't have a relationship with God, there's a problem. Because the Bible says in Psalm 24 verse 14 that the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. In the New International Version, it says, "The Lord confides in those who fear him." Confides. God confiding in you. Now the question is, when you want to enjoy senior jokes with God, you must fear him and make your connection to him solid. Imagine God wants to gist, and it is you he's gisting with. He's talking about the next global revolution in terms of industry, and he's sharing it with you. Pastor. And Pastor, God is sharing, like Pastor, God has shown you this what is going on that with Aspire. Imagine God gisting with you, telling you that for this farming thing in Nigeria, this is the next level. So I urge you today, your connection with God must be solid. If you are going to maximize information that is meant for you to succeed, your connection with God must be solid. I just invite you to just begin to talk to God right now.